You might see me now in a suit or in a tie and think I never had it rough or never had it hard, but trust me, I have.
Well, I was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan, on the east side of Van Dyke and Forest. You know, God, he moved us from there when I was 13. We went to the west side. That's when I moved with my pops and stayed with him. And it was around Joy Road, and that's when me and my cousin, that's when we was getting closer and closer from there on.
I'm from Detroit, Michigan, 12th Street in Glendale, in the Linwood area. That's where I was born and raised. I ended up moving out to Inkster later on in my life, my teenage years. That's where I came up at. Growing up, I kind of had it rough, because, my dad, he was a no-show. He wasn't there, and, we faced problems in our life that had us to move here and to move there, So, I think because I didn't have my father there, I acted out. And music and media is very, impressionable, and that's all I had. I didn't have my father. All I had was the junk I was listening to on the radio. And for a minute, that's what I became infatuated with. That's what I love. So I would say I definitely made money my God.
Well, my life was a little different. It was more on the disobedient side, the more rebellious, the evil-hearted side. I guess basically my parents, as they say statistically about this, when, your parents divorce, I thank God that both my parents are still in my life, but they divorced when I was 6 years old. And it's like I still remember this, because after they divorced, I remember my grandmother had died. And it's like that's for some odd reason a person who used to love, and just 6 years old. But as a person who used to love school so much, I hated it. And it tore me apart, and from there on, it tore me inside up. I was more rebellious, I was more hated, had more hatred, especially towards my moms. It was the situations that me and my moms went through. Now that I think back as a grown man, it hurts. It's like I could tell how it hurted her. The things that we did, the stuff that we've been through, and it was more in that type of way that God changed me from myself. I was the enemy, I was the harm, I was the danger to myself.
It was a time in my life that's all I cared about, man. I did some stuff to get money, not, work 3 jobs, not the good money, but I'm talking about the fast money. I sold everything I could, weed, dope, all that. I robbed people, I robbed places. I did a lot of stuff that, I look back on, I can't even believe I did it. I did 2.5 years in prison for some of the stuff that I did. And when I sat down, I got to really thinking about my life and where I was going. And it was there that I said, man, this ain't for me. I'm in prison, and all my homies that I had, they, a couple of them wrote here and there, but for the most part, a lot of them wasn't there.
I saw the path I was on. I saw how, from a person that never smiled to a person that's all I do is smile now. I hated people. I hated life. I was to the person rather. I could be cool with you, but I will easily try to destroy you if you try to do anything wrong towards me. And that was my way of life. That was my way of thinking. But just like he said, and it's so true, that, God put people in your life for reasons. And my wife was really one of them situations to say that she was in there for a reason. She was the reason. God put in her to, change me, soften me up, get me to the point of realizing that why am I mean mugging people on the street for no reason? Somebody could just shoot me. Why am I acting tough when all I can do is smile?
I was so depressed and bitter, and I felt so rejected, and it showed everywhere I went. You know, like it showed right off me. But you know, so I, you know, started doing drugs, you know, drinking heavy alcohol. I didn't even realize, my wife said when I met her that I always had a bottle of 1800. I'm like, no, I didn't, not always. She said, boy, every time I came over, you had a bottle in the freezer, sipping it. I'm like, dang, but that's because when I had first met her, I was so depressed and down, you know, but God definitely helped me, you know, and he brought her into my life right when I needed her, you know, when I needed to feel, you know, love. Mm-hmm. And I think God showed his love to me, you know, through her. Mm-hmm. And it definitely helped me, you know, it definitely helped me. You know, I used to ask myself, like, is this real? Like, what I'm doing today, you know, like, our ministry, our record label, you know, it's all to touch lives, it's all to help people. And I think of all the stuff that I used to do, and I just be like, dang, is this real? Like, I know so many people who used to do what I was doing, and they not here today. Mm-hmm. Like, I lost so many friends, man. I lost so many people.
Well, it was kind of weird how we kind of got back in touch. You know, as kids, we was always cool with each other, always playing the game. I was smashing them. But yeah,
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye, yeah, y'all want to know about that. But I guess it was probably just a couple of years before I stopped doing secular music, and I started doing ministry. And I was doing gospel music, and so I was putting my songs on there, and then I saw a song from him, and I was like, "Is that Quay?" And I'm like, "Oh," so I'm thinking it's like a secular rap, because I remember that he used to do music as well. So I'm thinking he about to go hard on the flow. So I hit the video, and it was a gospel song. So, but I'm like, this dude is going hard, like literally. I'm like, I was telling my wife, like, look, honey, this is my cousin Quay. I was like, I thought I was the only gospel artist in Detroit over here.
When he heard my song, you know, I said, and then he came to my concert, I told him he'd come perform. He did, what was that song you did, man?
What was it, Crucifixion.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Crucifixion.
Oh, man, he did that song, okay, and I was literally in the front, and tears.
Yeah, he was.
I told you, I was like, man, it made me cry.
You was the only one in front, bro. Everybody else is still in the back, bro.
The type of music that we create, first of all, is inspirational. Mm-hmm. You know, like a lot of people have names for it. You know, gospel, Christian rap. You know, it's all of these. You know, but at the end of the day, it's reality rap. It's reality music. It's real. It's stuff that we encounter, stuff that we go through, you know. I mean, it's hip hop at the end of the day, you know, and it's positive. It's positive music.
You know, I'm not about tradition. I'm about what Christ gives me to do. Mm-hmm. And you know, he said, whatever I have, whatever talent I have and that he's given, give it back to him. Mm-hmm. So if I was a mime, if I was a drawer or a painter or anything, I'm gonna give it back to Christ.
We do this, you know, for the people. You know, like, we don't even think about money. You know how many free concerts we done had, benefit concerts? We solely do this for other people. Because, you know, and at the end of the day, I know God gonna give it back to us.
And our whole mission is about people, souls, and ourselves together as one in the body of Christ. But if I'm gonna use my talent and do the best I can, and there is a profit in that God does help us out in the long run, of course I would love it. But it's nothing that I'm reaching towards, as in that's our main. Nowhere near the main.
I just want to inspire everybody, man, to really go after God. You know, I know life is hard. I know stuff can hit you and come against you, but truly put God first. You know, church is good, you know, but you have to be the church at the same time.
So just keep building yourself up. Keep positive. You may slip, you may fall, but stay positive and have the thought process that, you know what, I'm trying God see me trying, and he's gonna help me every day, and like he's been doing. So just stay positive, stay focused, and keep continuing to be a world changer.